It's a bluegrass Saturday morning.
Mark Dowdle,
a Minnesota man,
is on an epic run.
It was one of the most difficult challenges he's been through.
What better day could you ask for? It's October 12th, Saturday. Got 12 miles to run today. Calendar Club. Reaching the halfway point in days, but halfway point doesn't come in miles until the 22nd, roughly. Today's is the falliest fall day you could ask for. Cloudy skies, leaves are in peak changing colors here in St. Paul. A few housekeeping items before we get into today's video. Going to Princeton, Minnesota, which is an hour north of here, to watch two of our friends compete in strongman competition. I'm heading up there with Lucy, and we'll be watching them compete. I'll probably stick around for an hour and then see if there's any fall foliage, forests around the area. With it being an hour up north, it's small town vibes, so we should get some good, good up north feeling activities. And then the Oregon Ducks play Ohio State tonight at 6:30. I'd really like to get back and watch that with some guys. So I'll be kind of asking around for that. So in order to fit everything in, I'm gonna do 6 to 7 miles right now, head up north, come back and finish the remainder this afternoon. Hi, Kylie. Hi. How you doing? All right, see you later. It's where you come down to the train tracks. So it's a little cut through that goes in the back alley of somebody's, it's kind of like a roundabout. So it is, where I cut through is on public property. It's not private. It just butts up against the back of their house. Today's topic is centered around the theme of knowing when it's time to readjust your goals and readjust the strategy and tactics needed to accomplish the overarching big goal that you're going after. I'm going through a readjustment period right now with work and how I'm making money and how I am building out this dream of being a full-time YouTube content creator and making it work. I left my job in the beginning of March after working for a cold brew coffee company, Busy Cold Brew, for 5.5 years. It's my first job out of school, and I worked there for 5 years, traveling all over the country, selling coffee into co-ops and independents and big chains like Hy-Vee. And I left in March because in order to live out the running goals that I had, I wasn't able to work a full-time job. Now, when I made that decision to step away, I had about 6 months worth of savings that I could live off. I had really no way of making money through my content. I wasn't monetized on YouTube yet. And so that decision was littered with uncertainty and fear around the unknown, and how am I going to pay for rent? How am I gonna pay for groceries? What am I gonna do without health insurance? These questions crippled me in my original decision-making process. And although the decision had more unknowns than not, I knew that that decision had to be made in order for me to set up the new foundation, set up a new solid foundation for the life I ultimately wanted to live. I draw the analogy between being in a romantic relationship with someone that you know you don't want to spend the rest of your life with, and in order to start on the new path, build a foundation for someone, with someone that you know is out there, you have to do the hard thing and leave. And in all decisions that have you leaving a job, a relationship, without a clear path or person or job lined up after, it's just gonna be so scary. There's a lot of fear in that. But I knew that from past experiences that I had to take that step and find out, and set myself on a new path through that decision. So I tell you all of that because now there's a switch that I need to make in my strategy. Because although I'm making pennies and dollars on some of the YouTube videos that I make, it's not enough to sustain the life. Rent for me is $560 a month. I'm making just about $500 a month for my YouTube content. And I do have other jobs that are help supplementing the additional $500 needed to really have a sustainable living where I'm not starving myself. It's just not enough. It's just not enough, and it's seasonal work. So I tell you all that because now I'm stepping into working again, and working, whether that's umpiring or being an official of youth sports. I reached out to Yoakum yesterday, where his grandpa and uncle, they help set up events in convention centers, and they need somebody with a flexible work schedule. And so I'm stepping back into not doing a 9-to-5, but at least finding a way to make $1,000 a week. Trying to find a way to not just take a back seat to my financial situation and just leave it up to chance, and leave it up to, hopefully a YouTube video pops off. That's just not a good strategy for the long term. So it's okay to take a step back and understand that the decisions that you made they have long-lasting impact, but it doesn't mean that you can't change course at any time. I don't regret leaving Busy. It was as important to make that decision as it is to make the decision now to go back to work, and understand that the right time will come, and that time is not right now, to be able to say I can make all of my income from YouTube and from running. There's no shame. I don't feel shame. There's no shame. So if you're still here at this point, I would say that to some degree you connect with this message. And I just want you to know that you can change your circumstance at any point in time. And that change can come through conversation. It can come through environmental change, relocation. It can come from a change of heart, a change of perspective. And you have more control than you believe. And I'm choosing to put my faith in God and search for the unanswered questions that I have in the Gospels, and I encourage you to do the same, because that's where the peace is coming from. Have a happy Saturday. I'm out.